Hello everybody, happy video day. It is once again time for the latest installment of Mystery Unsolved. This week it's a little different. I'm going to be talking about not horror, not even crime, but something a little more odd, strange, weird, if you will. Today's topic is going to be on the Oregon Vortex House of Mystery. Now what is this place? Well, let me tell you. Never been there myself, but I've heard some things. So basically, it is a place in near Gold Hill, Oregon. I don't want to say it's in Gold Hill because the map says it's not. It says it's near Gold Hill. But yeah, it's in Gold Hill, Oregon, or near it. And I also wouldn't even say it's a house. It's more of a giant shed, or shack, if you will. And it's on an angle. First glance, you think to yourself, well, this place looks a little odd. But aside from being on an angle, there's nothing, what's so weird about it? Well, if you take a step inside, that's where the strange stuff starts to happen. Now, got my little trusty notepad here. Here are the things that happen and take place while you're in the Oregon Vortex House of Mystery. Odd angles create illusion of objects rolling uphill. That's right, objects roll uphill, not down. That must be a sight and a half. The place itself is on an angle, as I explained in the beginning. And this one's popular, height change. So, say for example, I'm 5'9". Say if I went to the Oregon Vortex House of Mystery with somebody who's 4'10", and they stood at one end of the building, and I stood at another, they would appear to be taller than me. But how can that be? I'm taller than them. Yes, but when you're in this building, it would appear that the shorter person is taller than you. The shorter person is taller than the taller person. Also, oh well, I will have to save that for just a couple minutes. Also, people have, it's a big tourist attraction, obviously, and people have claimed that they feel dizzy, disoriented, and, lightheaded when they're in this building, and well, rightfully so. I mean, the building's on an angle. So what can explain for the strange phenomena that takes place inside the Oregon Vortex House of Mystery? Well, there are two possible explanations here. The first one is gravity of illusions. The gravity and the presence of optical illusions. Now, I don't know if I'm about to blow any minds here, but apparently there are more than one optical illusion. I always thought that an optical illusion was just one, and it was definitive. But apparently there's different types. I didn't know this. So these optical illusions account for why the Vortex House of Mystery is the way it is. But if you ask the proprietors who own the Vortex House of Mystery, they'll tell you that it's because of paranormal phenomenon. Okay, I mean, I guess I sort of understand this because it's easier in a sense to understand, it's easier to explain paranormal than it is to understand optical illusions that you didn't know existed. Like, take for example, like I just told you, I didn't know that there was more than one optical illusion. So maybe these people don't know that either. So they'd rather just believe paranormal. Although, when you've owned the establishment for however long they've owned it, you'd think they'd try to look more into optical illusions. I don't know. That would make sense to me. So what's the dealio with the Oregon Vortex House of Mystery? Is it because of optical illusions, or is it because of paranormal activity? I'm going to go with optical illusions, because if I don't understand it, that's going to be what it is. And also, why would ghosts? What does the paranormal have to do with a house on an angle and strange stuff happening? It's science. It's more science than it is superstition or supernatural. Wow, I just confused superstition with supernatural. If I could edit out videos, if I knew how to do it, I would edit that out. But we're just gonna let it ride. So yeah, I think it's definitely more optical illusion than it is paranormal, supernatural. There we go. What do you think? Where do you sit on this topic? Do you think it's optical illusion? Do you think it's paranormal? The proprietors also suggest that back in the day before the place was built, that the area, the land, was owned by Native Americans. So maybe that gives it some, excuse me, some supernatural, paranormal vibes, but I'm just not believing that. I'm not buying into that. I definitely think it's optical illusions, gravity, science. You know, things that we can't, we partly don't understand, but at the same time we do. Once a scientist or a very, very smart person explains it to us. So yeah, this has been my video on the Oregon Vortex House of Mystery. I'm sorry it's not longer. If I had visited the place, which I have not, I would clearly have more for you. So yeah, if you ever do find yourself in Oregon, you should definitely check this place out, and you should definitely tell me how it went, so that I can, so we can have a discussion on it. That'd be very fun and interesting. Stay tuned for next week's video, which of course you saw the poll. Well, it wasn't. I didn't run a poll on here, but I told you it was going to be either on the Oregon Vortex House of Mystery or the Great Alcatraz Escape. So next week, the video will be on the Great Escape of Alcatraz. So until next week,